Hey guys, who is gonna be here with me today? I know I'm not gonna be alone. That would make me sad. All alone in my craft room. Here we go. Somebody's gonna save me so I don't have to be all by myself and sad and lonely. Okay. So, I am all set up to show you guys what I worked on last night. I was itching to do something creative. So much of what I do, well, first of all, I'm Sally, and for those of you that don't know, Josie and I are Iron Orchid Designs. So we're the ones that are bringing you guys all of these fun, hi Aunt Kathy, thanks for being here. So Josie and I are the sisters behind IOD, and we are bringing you these awesome transfers, and Kelly's with us, yay! I wasn't sure who was going to be able to be here midday like this, but I'm super excited that some of you were able to come, yay! So, yeah, so I'm Sally. I'm the younger sister, as I like to point out. Hey guys. Yay, I'm so glad I don't have to be alone. So, yeah, what I'm going to show you today, you probably saw the picture of it on the feed, but this is it. The light is kind of glaring. There we go. This is it. And this is our new white transfers. I have to give you a disclaimer, and that is that the white right now doesn't actually come in the pot size transfers, just the bigger ones is all that we have. We don't have the little pot transfers in white. This is actually a product sample that we got to test, and that's why I have it. So, but I wanted to use the white, so the white's what we're going to use today. And at least it gives you a little bit of a feel for how the white looks against the dark colors. So that's a good thing. Hey Renee, thanks for being here. Yay, so I guess we can go ahead and get started. Yeah, I better get started because I don't know how much battery my phone has. I'm at 40%. But my phone's kind of old. I need a new phone, and the battery dies kind of quickly. So I'm going to move swift for that reason. Okay, so yeah, we're going to take a plain pot. Let me show you what we're starting with. This little plastic pot I got at Rayleigh's, that's a grocery store in California, for 99 cents. And I was actually at the plant store. I don't want to jiggle the phone, otherwise I would show you right there. I went way crazy with plants at the plant store, but that's another story. I'll show you guys a picture afterwards. It's not good. Yeah, not good. Anyway, we won't talk about that because I don't necessarily want my husband to know how crazy I went. But these you can find at the nursery for $1.50 every day. So I thought it was really cool for getting this for 99 cents at the grocery store, but that's not that big a deal. You can get them all day long everywhere. So don't worry about that. Go get yourself some. And then I'm going to show you how to dress it up. So this is just plastic, but you can do this to a terracotta pot or anything like that. Okay? So I've got all my supplies not neatly organized, okay? Because that's not how I roll. But I have it all here, and that's the point. That'll do us. We are going to start with our molds. This is the floor mold, one of my favorites. I'll give you a close-up. And our paper clay. I'm starting with a nice new pack here. Here we go. IOD paper clay. And I'll talk a little bit about the paper clay and the nature of paper clay for those of you that haven't had the opportunity to use it yet. Paper clay has been around for a long time. And as it dries, it has moisture in it. So as it dries, so you just take off a chunk. I'm going to take off a chunk about like this. Okay. And you want to work it a little bit, but not too much. You don't want it to be sticky or too soft, because then it will stick to the mold. So paper clay, as it dries, because it has moisture, it's going to shift. It's going to dry a little bit differently. It's going to shrink as it dries, and sometimes that will cause a little bit of warping. Sometimes it might crack a little bit. Josie and I actually like that. We like those characteristics because we feel that it really adds to, Josie's here. Yay. So you can field questions if you want, Josie knows more about this stuff than I do, but so she can answer questions. But anyhow, it'll crack and it'll warp. We like that. By the time you have it painted and glazed and everything, it actually really adds to the project and the vintage characteristics of the project. So work with it. Yes, you too, Kelly? Okay, so that being said, there are mediums, and I have it here somewhere, but I'm not going to go get it, like cast resin that actually pops out, doesn't change. It's like plastic. It's perfectly solid. So for certain projects, if you don't want any change at all and you want to know what you see is what you get, cast resin is a fabulous option. An amazing cast resin is what I use, and it's a 2-part, 50-50, mix it together, pour it in your mold. Once it turns white, you pop it out. If it's still warm, you can actually even bend it a little bit. So that's a good one. All right, so I've worked this enough. And I'm going to use, can you guys see okay? Here. Okay, I'm going to use this part of my mold. Yeah, it does. It does. It looks more authentically aged, Kelly said, and I agree. Hi, Jolanta. It's good to see you here. See, now I'm intimidated because you're so good. Okay. And then you just press it into your mold. Oh, you know what I need? I'm gonna need my wood glue. I will have to grab that. I knew I would forget something. I usually do. Okay, so I just start taking off the excess. Okay, if you guys have any questions, let me know. I hope you can see okay. I probably could have positioned my camera a little bit better so that you could see easier, but okay, so I'm just using my thumb in kind of a sideways motion like this to take off that excess and you want to find your clean edge. Okay, without digging into the mold, keeping it kind of flush to the mold, to the cavity of the mold. Okay? Just like so. Oh, you're struggling with releasing the clay from the molds. Okay. One thing I think people do that causes that to happen is overworking the clay. You really don't need to work the clay for very long. If you weren't here when I was prepping my clay, it was just not even 30 seconds that you have to do it. Okay, and then turn it over, okay? And you want this somewhat flat because that's what you're going to be gluing to the surface of your project. So you don't want a lot of hills or bumps or anything. So somewhat flat. Mine's about like that, okay? Turn it over so that gravity's working with you. And then slowly it should just pop out really easily. If you are having trouble, a little trick a lot of people use is just dust it with a little cornstarch. I've never had to do that though. So try it without. It'll save you one step. But if you need to, no big deal. Just use some cornstarch. Josie's being quiet. Yeah, she is. I saw her in there, but she's also working right now. She is creating new products for you guys. I can't say what, but I'd give a hint, but I'll get in trouble. But she's working on product. She's our product queen. She's the designer that designs all your beautiful products. I pretty much just freeload off of her, and because I'm her younger sister, I get to tag along for the ride. Actually, I have a very important job, and I do all the social media marketing. Like right now, it's just very taxing. I have to do all the heavy lifting around here. Okay, so there you have it. I have to get really close to the light, isn't. There we go. You see that detail? Come on, camera, focus, focus. It's not gonna focus, it's too... Okay. Let me know if you guys want me to readjust my camera. I can actually get a better angle if you are having a hard time. It's hard for me to see what you're seeing because the words are in, I'm seeing all of the conversation, so. Teresa, yes. It's so good to see everybody here. Okay, I know. You're curious, right? That's what I wanted to do, Kelly. I wanted to make everybody curious. Okay, so I do have to step aside and get my wood glue, and I think while I'm doing that, I'm going to lift the camera angle up and down a little bit so that you guys can see a little bit easier what I'm doing. Here, actually, I can even just push it forward. There we go. And do like that. I'll have a better angle the next time we do a live. Okay. All right, let me grab my wood glue. All right, so Elmer's wood glue works. I'm just using Gorilla wood glue, and I've never had a problem with either. I've used both, so good. I'm glad that you saw the detail. I can't. You guys are bad. You're trying to make me tell you, and I can't. Don't do this to me, because you know I'll tell. You can't. You can't pressure me like this. I'm bad at that. I'm the worst secret keeper ever, especially when I'm excited about something. You guys have no idea how hard it is when we come up with a super exciting product or something that we know you guys are going to go crazy over. It is so hard not to tell you about it immediately. And the nature of product design is it doesn't come out onto the market for several months. You know, anywhere between 4 and 8 months after you have thought of it. So it's torture, I'm telling you, torture. Okay. I'm trying to get this bad boy open. I usually just, come on, baby, come on. Josie's always telling me, get your products all prepped before you start your live, and I never listen. Come on. Okay, hold on, I think I got it. The wood glue dries. Learn from my mistakes and wash your wood glue off of your tip before you put it away, because now I can't open it. Oh wait, hold on. I think I got it. All right, I think I got it, guys. All right, so I'm just gonna put the wood glue on the back, and you want just enough. Come on. It's not cooperating. I think this is the one. I remember now. I used the big bottle. Hold on. So when you teach workshops, you have wood glue in this size. And that's what I used. I thought, wow, I just used this last night, but I didn't. I used the big bottle last night. Okay, so here, this. Pour a little in the cap. There we go. That'll do. Okay. And I will use a popsicle stick to spread it around. Okay. So I'm just going to get a little bit on my popsicle stick. This is really just obvious, I know, but sometimes when things seem obvious to one person, if you've never done it before, it's just reassuring to know that, okay, yeah, you just put it on like you would imagine. Just spread glue on there. Yes, you do. That's exactly how you do it. You would be correct. Okay? And you want it evenly spread, and you want it to be thorough but not gooping. And then you just put it right on your project. Yes, this is plastic, and I'm still using wood glue, and it worked great, so just FYI. Some people use E6000, you can use hot glue, you can use Aleene's for some things, so there's a lot of different ways to do it. Alright, so you want to kind of press in, but you don't want to push so hard that you distort your mold, your molded piece. So I'm just kind of gently pressing. And then the edges are important. Make sure those edges are really flush with your project. And then when I have all of that squared away, what I like to do is I like to take my finger and run it along the edge to just pick up any extra wood glue. And I always have wipes nearby so that they're just handy to have for everything. Okay, so what's the secret? Just hopped on. Kathy. Okay, recap. Actually, we haven't really done that much. So the secret is you don't work your clay too much. Put it in the mold, push it in, don't overthink it. Use your thumb flush with the cavity to take off the extra, and I think that's it. I mean, there's really not a lot of secrets. The secret is to, if you're going to use paper clay, you need to embrace the nature of paper clay. Every medium has their characteristics, and some of the characteristics of paper clay, as a recap, are that as it dries, it loses its moisture, which causes it to warp a little, possibly crack. We like to glue ours on wet. When I say we, I mean Josie and I, and actually a lot of the different artists that I've talked to use the same technique. Pop it right out of the mold and glue it right onto your project so that you can form it right to your project. Now, as it shrinks, when it's dry, you will have some shrinkage, so you'll see the line, and that's no big deal. After it's painted and glazed and waxed, that's not going to bother you, and in a lot of situations, it actually really adds to the character of the project. I use it wet, yes. Yeah, I do too. I like using it while it's just right out of the mold. Okay, so there we go. Okay, let me do it up close. You can kind of see the glue's coming out a little bit, and that's okay. I might clean that one up a little bit, just a wee bit. Okay, all right, so that is how you glue the Fleur mold onto the pot. And then I have one that is already done. This is the same mold. Okay, so this is dried overnight, and you can see what I'm talking about. Can you see the crack? See that crack? See the shrinkage? Another crack, more cracks. No worries. It's totally fine. We're gonna work with it. let's go to it. What did Kelly say? Yep, love the diversion she slipped in there. I don't know what you're talking about. Diversion. What diversion? You're a troublemaker, Kelly. Yes, you are. All right. So I just used a black. I used what I had here, which is the Prima chalkboard paint. We had it left over from a workshop, and it worked fine. So you could also use chalk paint. I know a lot of you use different brands in here. Let's not get a brand war started. Any of the brands most likely will work fabulous, okay? And anything that's got kind of a matte finish to it is what you want. Okay. And then I like to get my brush really, really juicy. And what that does is it helps you work into that mold, okay, into the crevices and into the cracks, just like so. I don't know about you guys, sometimes just starting a project is the key. If you have a project sitting on your work table or in your garage, sometimes you're just intimidated by it and you're afraid to start. I have learned starting is key. It's never as big of a deal. It's never as difficult as you think it's going to be. It's just this big scary monster, but then once you start, you realize it's just a fun little soft teddy bear. And it's fun, and it's empowering. Creating things is empowering. All right, so I'm getting in there, squishing it in, squishy, squishy. All right. Amen, sister. That's right. It's so true. Kelly, you probably don't experience that because you're just like a pro. You do projects every day. But I experience that. That kind of, I want to do that, but what if it doesn't work the way I envision it working? What if the steps are more complicated than I think they're going to be? Sometimes they are, and it's okay. Or sometimes it doesn't turn out the way you think it's going to, and that's okay too. You just learn for the next time. It's all part of the journey. I bet you didn't know you were going to get philosophy when you came on this live. It's true though. What I say is true. All right. Just like that. We're almost done with the paint. I'm getting all painty, but I've got my wipies nearby. It's so fun. You guys, I bought some when I was at the plant store. Green Acres is what it's called. If you're local, you gotta go. Or maybe you shouldn't, depending on how you look at it. But I bought some little plants to go in these. So after they're all done, I will take a picture and show everybody. Okay? I think we're good. You just want to make sure you don't have any really thick, heavy spots. But if you're using a chalk paint, it will cover first coat. So even this one covered first coat. It's not a chalk paint. It's not a chalk paint. It's a chalkboard paint. But it's what I had. And it was nice and thick, so I went with it. Okay, so that is that. All right, we've got it all painted. And don't you worry, because I have it already dry. I was so prepared, you guys. I've been wanting to do this for days, so I'm prepared. This one's all dry. And now we're gonna do the transfer, okay? Like Bob Ross. Happy little mistakes. That's so true. Josie and I, for years, have been using the term happy accident. And it is shocking how many times when you're doing something creative, you freak out about something that ends up being a happy accident. You just got to get in there and do it. Okay, so here are our white transfers. And I am going to pick one of the rose ones. I think I'm going to pick one of these rose ones. And with the transfers, you want to, if you're going to, okay, first of all, let me go back. You can cut the transfers apart and use them, rearrange them however you want. They're very easy to do that. When you do that, you want to cut them, both of the sheets together. So don't take it off and then cut it. You want to keep the transfers. This is all in the Basics 101 doc, which, by the way, I put on our website. So if you can't find it, just go to products, and if you click on transfers, all of the basic information of how to use and apply a transfer is on our website now. So all of this information is on there if you miss it. But you want to keep your transfer protected. If it's exposed to dust and debris, it will have a hard time adhering. So you want to keep it that backing on it until you're ready to apply it. So you want to cut it with that backing on. And I'm going to use this middle one right here. These are the small pot transfers, the 4-inch ones, which you guys have been loving in the charcoal color. And I think part of the reason is they're just bite size and they're not intimidating like the huge ones can be. And they're super fun. So that's what these are. And they are available at your local retailers. So ironorchiddesigns.com/store locator to find a retailer near you. There are shops online. You can click from our header, order online. And these have been out a while in the darker colors, so you can find these. And they look really, 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 really cute on the white pots if you paint a pot white, which I've done, but I'm not going to go show you right now. Okay. Peel off your backing. And this is exactly how you do the larger ones as well. Okay, and then just once you lay it down. Okay, this is blocking mine from laying down, so I'm just gonna cut that. There we go. Okay, and then there we have it. Something. Oh, okay, we're good. It looked like something was getting behind there, but it's just the transfer taking to the project. Okay. Oh, yeah, you know, I'm kind of willy-nilly with my clothes when I'm doing projects. I don't change and I don't put proper clothing on, which isn't good, but I just am impulsive, I guess, and I don't have patience. So, and I have 5 kids and life is crazy, and so if I stopped to do all of the necessary steps that a responsible person would do, then I would just never get anything done. So that's part of it too. All right, you know what? I'm gonna use, I can't find my transfer stick that comes in the box, but that's okay because it's just basically a big popsicle stick. And I'm going to use, see how messy I am? I'm gonna use my glue stick, which I'm sure is just gonna get my hands all messy, but it'll work and I don't want you guys to wait while I go get that. So all you do is press that transfer on like so. I can already see it going on. You'll see the opacity change a little bit as it goes on, and it'll start to lift. And then what's really cool about these transfers is that you can kind of lift and see how it's coming. So I can see that, yes, indeed, it is lifting, but that part, it's not all the way down, okay? And sometimes you can kind of, it's hard to explain, but you can kind of catch a bubble and work up from there. Some people who have used the transfers know what I'm talking about until you, okay, I think we're getting it. I think we might be done. It really is quite quick. Okay, so it took really fast on this because it's very, very matte. And then you want to just use your fingers to gently press that bad boy in, okay? Like so. Make sure all the edges are down. And then what I would do, I'm not going to do it right now because I forgot to grab some. Okay, fine. I'll just tell you. I forgot to grab some sandpaper. So normally I would actually sand this because sanding softens it a little and it kind of melds it into the project, especially on your wood pieces. It's really, really nice. So that would be what I would normally do. But I'm just trying to keep up here, making sure I don't miss any questions. Okay, that's what I would normally do. Oh, I'm not going to do it this time, but look at it. Isn't that gorgeous, you guys? And you saw how easy it was. Here, I'm going to get nice and close for you. Okay, it's beautiful. What I really love about the white transfers is that against a graphite, it looks like chalkboard art, which is really, really pretty and just on trend right now. And it just, I don't know, it has a real kind of warm vintage feel to it that you can add to your home, and the white transfers really give it that feel. And you can put it on any like more deep or rich colors like red or coral, and I just can't wait to see every time we come out with a new product. My favorite part is getting to see what you guys do with it, because so many times our minds are blown. Like we wouldn't have thought to use it that way, and that's part of the fun. I know I keep rubbing this, right? I think it's on now. I think it's on. We're done. Okay, Sally, move on. Next step is super fun. I don't know how many of you guys use Annie Sloan's white wax. I love it. It is like my new favorite. I know it's been around forever. I'm late to the party, but it's so fun on dark colors. And I would normally use one of the, the correct brushes, but mine's got black paint on it. So I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to use this cheap chip brush, and it'll do the job. I know it's wasting wax because you use more paint or more wax when you don't use a proper brush. So I know that, but I don't have two brushes right now. I left mine at the workshop. Okay, so then this really brings out the mold. This part is really, really fun. I hope my battery, if I go dead, you guys, I apologize. I don't know how much battery life I have left. When will these be available to buy? They are shipping in October, probably mid-October. No later than mid-October, though. We were told they would be in the warehouse first week. And that means you guys will see them mid to late October in the shops, okay, in the stores near you. If you have a store that they might not even know they're out. If they're not online a lot, they might not know. So let them know. And if they're not carrying our products, tell them about us, because we are in a lot of shops, but not everyone has heard of us yet. So we would really appreciate any help we could get in that area from you guys. Okay, so I just kind of go every which way and I do this. And you know what I wish I had grabbed is a soft cloth. I might have to go get that because that's kind of important. I just went on like so, and in the molds, I actually go on really, really well. Okay, so you can see, because I want it to get really deep into those crevices, and then when I wipe it off, it really pops the dimension of the mold and really makes it stand out and brings out the beauty of it. Our molds are the deepest and most detailed, and I think the prettiest molds on the market. That's what I think why they've gone so crazy and are so popular is that we work with the manufacturer intensely and we send it back and back and back. They get sick of us because it's just never good enough. We can go more detailed. We can get more depth on this. And we're relentless. And so because of that, our molds just are very, very detailed and have a lot of depth. And people love that. Especially when you're looking at decor pieces and furniture, it really emulates those vintage, authentic vintage molds. Okay, guys, I think we are, and I'm just like you saw, I just kind of went on crazy. And I did not go this heavy. I'm talking and doing, and that's not my strong suit. I did not go this heavy on last night. And I don't have, I'm going to go grab a soft cloth. I'll be right back. I'm back. Told you it wouldn't be long. Okay, what'd you guys talk about while I was gone? Josie piped in. Wow, that's a ton of wax. I knew you were going to have something to say. You never listened to my instructions. You know what I was thinking about? I was thinking, Josie's really quiet. I bet you she's texting me right now and telling me that I'm doing it wrong. She is so bossy. Bossy, you guys. Okay, see, it comes off, sister. It's no big deal. I know it's wasteful. I know. But I'm talking and doing. Okay, look at the molds. See what I'm saying to you? Do you see? Oh, this just made me happy. This is my happy place. You guys know what I'm talking about? You feel me? It's so much fun. You're right. That's way too much wax. I'm seeing now that it's way too much wax because it's kind of got a thick coat on it now. Okay, sorry. Don't put that much wax. Learn from my mistakes. Okay, I'm going to call my lives. Learn from Sally's mistakes. Watch her make mistakes and learn how not to do this. No. At least you get to see how pretty. Okay, let's move to a clean part of the rag. That'll help. But look how pretty see, it's fine. It's fine. I'm so glad Josie's here to heckle me. Why did you guys have to complain about her being quiet? Life is much easier for me when she's quiet. It'll be pretty. It is pretty. Look it, guys. Look. Okay, let me get a little more off of this area here so you can really see. I really like this. I'm really, really loving the way the white wax works with the dark paint in the molds. Isn't that pretty? I'm really, really happy with it. I admit it was just way too much with the wax, but I can get it off. I'm getting it off. Don't be so bossy. Look, see? There, it's coming off. I just needed to focus on what I was doing. See, I'm trying to do this and talk to you guys and answer questions. Thank you, Stephanie. I love it too. I can't wait to put the plants in it. I'm going to get a really good picture of it, and then I'm going to show you guys, okay? I am really, really happy with it. So pretty. Let me see if I can get you a close-up. Isn't that pretty? I'm so happy. And then here's the other one. You can see I'm doing a set of 3. So this one, when it dries, oops, black paint. When it dries, is going to be the 3rd one. And I'll finish it and I'll put the pretty plants in it. Let me just grab a plant. Hold on. Look. Is that going to be gorgeous, you guys? A set of 3 like this. And to think I started with a 99-cent pot. Isn't that cool? That is what I love about our products, is that when you start collecting them, and we've priced them in such a way that you can have more than one. You can start to collect them. When you start to build up your supply, you can make almost anything. I love that. And it ends up saving you a lot of money. I never buy wedding presents anymore. I never buy baby shower gifts. I can make little onesies. I can make dish towels, custom dish towels with our stamps and chalk paint. And I do pillows for weddings that will say their wedding date, established on their wedding date, with some pretty laurel wreaths with our stamps. And let me see if I have one I made for somebody. No, not right now. But that is the beauty, is that you make beautiful handmade gifts, the kind that people are actually going to use in their home and that they appreciate getting. I was laughing because we were looking at my wedding pictures. I was looking at my wedding pictures with my kids, and it had a picture of me opening up this gift that this woman made for me. Bless her heart. It was just the ugliest thing that I just never would put in my house, and I felt bad, but I didn't. I put it like in the corner somewhere. I didn't have the heart to throw it away, so I had it for years because I knew she had poured her heart into that. But you don't have to worry about that. These are gifts that people are actually going to want to put in their home, and they're going to cherish them. So I'm getting married next year, and my birthday's next month. You need my address. Dee, I will make you a pillow for your wedding. So yes, send me your address. I kid you not, I will make you a pillow. I don't think she's watching. I don't even know who she was, actually. It was kind of a distant relative person. So I hope it wasn't like somebody, hey, I made you that hat. It was a hat on a stand. Remember when those were in? Anyway. You don't need to know about all that. Okay, guys, I am going to sign off now. We got it done. We got it done. And it's so pretty. And I'm happy. And you got to see it. All right, so you learned what not to do, right? Have your supplies. Have a little sandpaper with you. And don't use too much white wax. All right. Wait, hold on. Edit that mean part out. It was not mean. Okay, gosh, whatever, fine. I will edit that part out. All right, guys, we'll see you later. Bye.